Good morning and welcome to the Daily Word. My name is John Robbins. We conclude today looking at the story of Adam and Eve. I want to read some verses to you. Adam and Eve have now discovered their nakedness, and so they try to hide from God. They try to keep God from being aware of their sin. So we read, Adam said, I heard the sound of you, God, in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked and I hid myself. God said, Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat? The man said, The woman whom you gave me, she gave me fruit from the tree and I ate. Then the Lord God said to the woman, What is this that you've done? The woman said, The serpent tricked me and I ate. Now this really is very much a part of who I am and who we all are on occasion. Notice what happens here. Adam and Eve discover their nakedness. They try to hide from God because they are now blemished. They are sinful. But God, of course, knows where they are. And God asks really a rhetorical question. Why are you trying to hide from me? God already knows the answer, of course. And then we have Adam who says, Because I'm naked. Well, how do you know that you're naked, says God? And Adam says, Because the woman gave me fruit. Notice he does not take responsibility. What he does is blame someone else for his sin. And then when Eve is confronted by God, she says, God, I ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil because of the serpent that you created. In both instances, Adam and Eve won't acknowledge their own sin. Instead, they try to blame somebody else for their own mistakes, their shortcomings, their failures. And that happens a lot with many of us. We don't want to acknowledge that what we have chosen to do is of our own doing. So we blame circumstances, or we blame another person, or the situation, whatever it may be. The truth is, from the very beginning, in the story of Adam and Eve, humanity has had this capacity not to take responsibility for our own sin, but to try to push it off on someone else. We have to be a people who acknowledge our sin. We have to be a people who can only be forgiven if we are willing to first acknowledge that we are the ones who have made the mistakes. We are the ones who have committed the wrongs. So from the very beginning, we discover, like Adam and Eve, if we are not careful, we're going to be the kind of people who pass it off on somebody else, ultimately recognizing, of course, that God already knows. And if God already knows, we might as well go ahead and acknowledge it to God, because that's the expectation that God places on us. The story of Adam and Eve is really a story about you, and it's a story about me. It's a story about how sometimes we believe that we can get away with things only to make it worse. It's a story about how we'll embellish the truth. It's a story about how temptation comes to us in the form of a lie, and oftentimes we believe the lie. So I hope this has been beneficial for you over the last several days, but I appreciate very much you being a part of the Daily Word. Blessings on the rest of your day.